Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsea. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' Up! Products to make this card, you can visit my online store and the link is in the description box below. When you purchase Stampin' Up! Products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog. The link is listed below in the description. Today, I'd like to share with you another of my March 2021 Artisan Design Team Showcase projects featuring the Hey Birthday Chick and Hey Chick stamp sets. So for this card, I've used both the stamp sets and some of the coordinating dies. I'm also going to show a fun technique on how you can create this background bubble for your die cut words. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've gone ahead and added my stamps to some clear blocks. I just wanted to point out which stamps I was using from each stamp set. So I'm using this crazy chick here from the Hey Chick and this guy here, as well as the little egg. And then from the Hey Birthday Chick, we're going to be using the balloon and then this chick here. So we're going to start by stamping the background. So I have all three chicks and the one egg on my clear blocks, and I'm going to just randomly stamp these in Memento ink. So let's start with this one. We're kind of just focusing these images along the edge. So if they don't quite mix together well in the center, that's okay. Let's stop with that one for now. We'll come back to it if we need it. Then we've got this one. I'm going to kind of rotate him so his head is peeking in from the top. And kind of do the same here in the bottom corner. And then here, kind of have him peek out, whoops, over there. Now this little mistake here is probably going to be fine because we can hide it underneath our central image. So next, let's grab our next big chick and we'll just have him peeking out right there and maybe a little bit here. Oh, he's going to be kind of a tight squeeze between these two chicks here. And then lastly, we'll add him right here. A nice big one down there. And then we'll squeeze in a couple of the eggs. Maybe right here, right there. Another one here. Just kind of anywhere in between that you can fit it. Okay, so that looks good. And remember, we're going to have that middle image right there to cover up that little mistake. Okay, so now that we've got this fun, random stamped background, we're going to do some coloring with the Stampin' Blend markers. And if you watched my first video sharing with you my first project using this stamp set, then you have already seen me color these chicks because I'm going to do the exact same colors and techniques. If you haven't watched that and would like to, I'm going to link it up here in the top right corner and you can click on that and it will take you to the playlist for the month's projects. So let's start with the white chick. So we're going to do this guy here in white, and we're going to start by adding a little bit of the light smoky slate. We're going to kind of focus around the edges where there could be some shadows, and then do a little bit around each one of these details. Okay, and then to lighten that up some more, we're going to take the color lifter and just blend that smoky slate. Okay, so then just a couple other details. I have the light Poppy Parade. I'm going to add that to the top here. and down to his little gobble. And then the dark So Saffron, I'm going to add to the beak. So that chick is all done. Let's go ahead and move to the crazy hair one. I'm going to fill in his whole body with So Saffron, and this is the light So Saffron. And then take the light cinnamon cider, and I'm going to add a little shadow around these details and around the bottom half of his body. And then I can take that light So Saffron again and then just blend that out. Now I'm going to take that light cinnamon cider again, and with the fine point tip, I'm going to color in the tail. Then let's do the legs and feet the same color. And then take the light Poppy Parade and just add some highlights, feathers, and then the same to the tail feathers. Add a little bit to his beak. And that cute chick is all done. Let's next move to the egg. So for the egg, we got two different colors. We have a light So Saffron on one side, and then a light Pretty Peacock on the other side. And I've just done that on the left and right. And then you can take the light Smoky Slate and just add that. I'm going to use the fine tip for this. Add that around and under the rest of the egg. And then take the light cinnamon cider and go ahead and add some color to those legs and feet. And then we'll take our color lifter and just blend those colors into the egg. And we just added a little bit of color just to give that egg a little bit of interest. Okay, so then the last one we have is this chick here. We're going to start with some Pretty Peacock all around the body, and it's the light color. And then take the dark, add a little bit of shadow, and then blend that out with the light Pretty Peacock. And then take that light cinnamon cider, and then take some light Poppy Parade and some dark So Saffron to the beak. Okay, so that one's all done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video and finish coloring these chicks and eggs, and then we'll be back and keep making our card. So that piece is all colored and ready for our card. So the next thing we're going to stamp is the balloon and then the confetti. So both of these stamps come from the Hey Birthday Chick. So you can see the balloon here and then the confetti there. So we'll start with the balloon. I just need the balloon, so I don't have a large clear block. I'm just going to ink up that balloon shape and stamp it on some scrap paper. And then I'm going to take some Poppy Parade, and on some Poppy Parade cardstock that I have cut out with one of the stitched rectangle dies. This is the one that is 3 inches, 3 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And I'm just adding the image randomly on that cut piece of cardstock. Now we're going to color in our balloon, and you could use any color that you have. I'm coordinating it with the Happy Birthday, and I've cut that out with Old Olive cardstock. So I have some Old Olive blend markers here. I'm going to start with the light, and I'm just going to add a highlight here with my light Old Olive, and then I'll take my dark and add that to the rest of the balloon. And blend those two together. So now I'm going to take that light and blend those two colors together. And then I use the fine tip side to color in the little knot of the balloon. And so we're going to cut this out with the coordinating dies. These are the Birthday Chick dies, and they coordinate with the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. And they will cut out the images as well as some extra die cuts. And so it's super cute. I'm going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and be right back. Okay, so I've got that balloon, and then I'm just going to trim it at the bottom. Just remove it from the tail of that chick. Okay, so next I have a large circle die cut from the Stitched Shapes dies, and I'm going to add this all wired up textured background stamp to this vellum cardstock. And to do this, I'm going to use the Stays On ink. And the reason for this is just because this ink will stay in place. It's kind of like a permanent ink. I'm just inking it up, and then I'm going to lay the front of that circle die onto that background and just tap it in the areas I want the image to show. So now I'm going to show you how to create this fun bubble background for your die cut words and letters. So the first thing I'll show you is the happy birthday. So I've already cut out from some old olive cardstock the happy birthday die that comes in the birthday chick dies. So to create the bubble for behind the die cut, you just lay down your die and take a pencil and trace the outside edge. And then you're going to fussy cut this out. So you want to stay right to that line that you drew. And then if any of it shows once you're done, you can take a eraser to it and erase any pencil marks that are still there. So you can see there's a couple pencil lines on there. So just take a good eraser and erase anything that's still showing. And then you just adhere your die cut right over that bubble cut. So now I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing with the playful alphabet dies. And so you're going to take each letter that you've already cut. So I've cut out the word chick, and you just lay it down and trace it. And you just trace the whole thing. And then you take the next one and line it up so that they're connecting. And if you wanted to, you could probably even draw a line so that you can see that everything's nice and straight. And then go to the next one. All right, so now we have the word chick, and we're just going to cut out the outside edge. Okay, so now we can erase those lines. Hold on to it carefully so that you don't rip or bend your cardstock. So I like to add these with a little bit of liquid glue, just some small dots on the back. And then pick it up using your Take a Pick tool, and then you can add it. And the reason I like the liquid glue is because it gives you just a little bit of leeway, and because you can slide it and get it in the right position. And then we'll do the same thing with these letters here. That is all done and ready for our card. I'm going to add this burlap pattern from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper to my card front. And then I'm going to do a little distressing to it to kind of give it a fun look. So I'm going to take my scissors, and you can open them and use the blade or keep them closed and then just use the sides. And I'm just distressing the edges a little bit here. Now you don't have to do this part of the card if you don't like the distressed look. But I think it adds that fun kind of farm feeling to the card. You can also scratch off some of the pattern with the tip of your scissors just to give it a little more of that rugged feeling. You just want to do this to the edges because it's all that you're going to see once we put on that pattern that we made earlier with all our chickens. Okay, so we got this fun textured edge to it. So now we can add our pattern. And remember, we made that little mistake, so that needs to be in the middle so that we can cover it up. Just a little adhesive in the center, and then add that to the center of the card. And you can see that we just get a little bit of that burlap showing. Next, we're going to add our rectangle, and if you want, you can distress this a little bit too. Just kind of bend up the corners a little bit. And this just goes on with some adhesive. And we can go ahead and cover up that mistake. Just place it near the middle. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit higher. Something like that. Okay, then next we have our vellum piece. I'm going to add that to the center as well. And now we can add our greeting, "Hey birthday chick." Let's put this with some dimensionals. Just a couple. Let's add another one right there. We can do this half size. And that's going to go at the bottom. And then we have the top. Place a couple dimensionals on that one. And that will go at an angle. And then we have the balloon. And we just need one dimensional behind the balloon. And that just gets tucked off to the side. Just kind of hide it underneath that K. The next thing we're going to add, just for a little extra bling, are some rhinestone jewels. And I'm just going to place a couple around the greeting. We'll just do 3 on the left, and we'll do 2 on the right side. Okay, so that card is all done. I love the texture of this card. I love how the chicks are kind of peeking out around our really bold greeting, "Happy birthday chick." I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun card today. If you'd like to see written instructions on how I made this card and close-up images, you can visit my blog, creativechelsea.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.